seen the needle and the damage done.
Today, we're diving into something music history doesn't always get right the first time. Some records arrive to confusion, silence, or outright rejection, only to come back years later as undeniable classics.
It's a sweet watermelon in the buckwheat cake.
The 70s were full of albums that didn't fit the moment they were released into, sounding too strange, too honest, or too different for mainstream audiences.
One of these nights.
But time has a way of changing how we listen, and what once felt out of place can eventually feel essential. So how does a record go from being dismissed to becoming one of the greatest ever made?
As the evening descends, I sit thinking about Everyman.
Number 12, For Everyman by Jackson Browne.
With a few of my friends, I could give up the...
When For Everyman was released in 1973, expectations around Jackson Browne were quietly rising after a promising debut.
In the end, coming down long enough to be.
But this follow-up didn't deliver anything immediate or radio-friendly. There was no clear hit, no standout single pushing it forward, just a collection of reflective songs that moved at their own pace. At the time, that subtle approach worked against it, and the album passed by many listeners without making a strong impression. Over time, though, its reputation began to grow. The songwriting revealed a careful structure, with themes of patience and emotional endurance running through the record.
Ticket in his hand.
Songs that once felt understated started to feel intentional and deeply connected. And from that quiet and introspective beginning, we move into something that confused audiences in a completely different way.
Ain't no lion or tiger, ain't no mamba snake.
Number 11, Sail Away by Randy Newman.
It's a sweet watermelon in the buckwheat cake.
Randy Newman built his reputation on writing songs that didn't behave the way people expected, and Sail Away made that clear.
Won't have to run through the jungle and scuff up your feet.
Released in 1972, the title track paired a warm, inviting melody with lyrics told from a deeply unsettling perspective. That contrast made it difficult for listeners to immediately understand what he was doing.
You just sing about Jesus and drink wine all day.
At the time, many people either misread the song or felt unsure about how to respond to it. The album received attention, but it didn't connect widely, partly because it asked more from the listener than most music of that moment. Years later, that complexity became its strength.
It's great to be an American.
Critics began to recognize it as one of the sharpest examples of musical satire from the decade, with its beauty and discomfort working together rather than against each other. And from satire that unsettled people, we move into something grounded in real life. Number 10, There's No Place Like America Today by Curtis Mayfield.
Rest a while, you're moving my emotion.
After the success of Superfly, Curtis Mayfield had the attention of a wide audience, but he chose not to repeat that formula.
Every time we kiss, it's such a pleasant taste.
Instead, he released There's No Place Like America Today in 1975, a record that focused on economic hardship, social pressure, and the realities of everyday life. It was thoughtful, restrained, and far from what radio was favoring at the time.
That's why I know this feeling good and strong, trying hours.
Because of that, the album struggled to gain traction. It didn't produce major hits, and its tone felt out of step with a music industry moving towards smoother, more commercial sounds. For a while, it seemed like it might be forgotten. But over time, listeners began to appreciate its honesty.
You mean so much to me. Let me
The album's focus on real experiences made it feel timeless, and its message only became more relevant with distance. And from something grounded and reflective, we move into a record that embraced bold reinvention. Number 9. Nightbirds by Labelle. When Nightbirds arrived in 1974, Labelle had transformed into something entirely new. Their sound blended funk, soul, and rock, while their image pushed boundaries that many artists at the time avoided. That combination made them exciting, but also difficult for the industry to categorize. Radio stations weren't sure where the music belonged, and some listeners weren't ready for how bold it felt. Even the album's biggest moments challenged expectations, making its early reception uncertain. With time, though, that boldness became the reason it endured. Nightbirds came to be seen as a landmark record, one that helped redefine what pop and R&B could look and sound like.
Hello, hey Joe, you wanna give it a go?
Do you think Nightbirds was ahead of its time? Comment yes if you agree. And from something bold and expressive, we move into something far more stripped down.
Hit the city and I lost my band.
Number 8. The Needle and the Damage Done by Neil Young.
I seen the needle and the damage done.
Released in 1972, The Needle and the Damage Done stood out immediately for how simple it was. Recorded live with just voice and guitar, it lacked the polish of other songs from the same album, making it a difficult fit for radio and mainstream playlists at the time.
I caught you knocking at my cellar door. I love you, baby.
Its subject matter made it even more challenging. The song was written from direct experience, reflecting the impact of addiction on someone close to the artist. That level of honesty gave it a weight that many listeners weren't prepared for in that moment.
Oh, the damage done.
Over time, that rawness became its defining strength. What once felt too minimal began to feel deeply authentic, and the song grew into one of the most respected recordings of its era. And from something quiet and personal, we move into a record that expanded everything outward.
One fine morning puts on a New York station, can't believe what she heard.
Number 7. Rock and Roll Animal by Lou Reed.
Dancing to that fine music, her life is saved by rock and roll.
When Rock and Roll Animal was released in 1974, it presented Lou Reed in a way that surprised both fans and critics. Instead of the raw, stripped-down style people expected, this live album featured expanded arrangements and a much larger sound overall.
Said when she's just 5 years old, you know there's nothing happening at all.
That shift created confusion at first. Some listeners felt the new approach moved too far from his earlier work, while others didn't know how to connect with this version of him. The album didn't immediately settle into a clear place within his catalog. Over time, however, its strengths became undeniable. The performances added new depth to familiar songs, showing how they could evolve without losing their identity.
Every time she puts on the radio, nobody's doing it at all.
Oh, by the way, I will be posting more videos like this, so please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next video. Okay, on to the next. And from that powerful reinvention, we move into something far more polished and controlled.
Better get on back to town.
Number 6, Silk Degrees by Scaggs.
Nothing you can't handle, nothing you ain't got.
By the time Silk Degrees was released in 1976, Scaggs had already spent years building a steady but unremarkable career. Nothing in his previous work suggested a major breakthrough, and early reactions to this album were uncertain. Its smooth, carefully polished sound didn't match the rock edge that still dominated much of the industry at the time.
Talking out loud, saying you bought us this and that. How much?
That initial hesitation turned out to be completely misplaced. Beneath the surface was a level of precision and musical chemistry that revealed itself more with each listen. The combination of soul, pop, and refined production created something that felt effortless, even though it was anything but.
Turn on that old love light, turn it maybe to a yes.
Over time, Silk Degrees became a defining record for its style, influencing what would later be known as yacht rock. What once seemed too smooth ended up setting a new standard, and from polished precision, we move into a band that was shifting its identity in real time.
You got your demons, and you got desires.
Number 5. One of These Nights by Eagles.
One of these nights.
When One of These Nights arrived in 1975, the Eagles were already successful, but this album marked a noticeable shift. The sound was darker, more focused, and less rooted in the laid-back country style that had defined their earlier work.
Find out, pretty mama, it turns on.
That change didn't sit well with everyone. Some critics and listeners viewed the album as too polished, even questioning its authenticity. Within the band, tensions were rising as creative differences became more visible, adding another layer of uncertainty around the project.
Oh, moon is calling, the fever is high, and the wicked.
Despite that, the music held up. Over time, the songwriting, vocal arrangements, and consistency across the album became impossible to ignore. What was once dismissed as overly slick began to sound carefully crafted and deliberate. And from a band redefining itself, we move into something far more ambitious in scale. Number 4. Quadrophenia by The Who. Following the success of Tommy, The Who set out to create something even more ambitious with Quadrophenia in 1973. The result was a complex double album built around a central character and layered musical themes. It was bold, detailed, and far from simple. At the time, that ambition became a challenge. The album's length, narrative structure, and technical demands made it difficult for some listeners to fully connect with it. Even live performances struggled, with technical issues affecting how the music translated on stage. Over the years, though, those same qualities became its greatest strengths. The depth of the story and the richness of the music revealed themselves with time, turning it into one of the most respected rock operas ever created. Are you enjoying this video? If you are, please hit the like button. I'd sincerely appreciate it. And from that level of ambition, we move into a record that seemed too big to succeed. Number 3. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John. When Goodbye Yellow Brick Road was released in 1973, it immediately raised questions. A double album with a wide range of styles, it was seen by some critics as excessive and unfocused.
When are you going to lie?
The idea that it might be too much, too long, or too ambitious followed it early on. But the music told a different story. Each track contributed to a broader picture, showcasing versatility without losing identity. From energetic rock to softer, reflective moments, the album demonstrated a level of control that balanced its scale. As time passed, the criticism faded, replaced by recognition of just how complete the album really was. It became one of the defining records of the decade, with songs that continued to resonate across generations. And from that expansive sound, we move into something far more introspective.
Can you tell a good feeling from a
Number 2, Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd.
heroes and ghosts, hot ashes?
After the massive success that came before it, Wish You Were Here arrived in 1975 under enormous expectations. Instead of repeating what worked, the band created something more reflective and emotionally distant, focusing on absence, memory, and disconnection.
So you think you can tell?
At first, that shift created uncertainty. Some listeners found the album too slow or too inward, especially compared to the more immediate appeal of their earlier work. It didn't feel like a clear continuation, and that made it harder to fully embrace at the time.
Heaven from hell, blue skies from hell.
Over the years, its meaning became clearer. The emotional depth and cohesion of the album revealed themselves gradually, turning it into one of the most powerful listening experiences of its era. And from reflection and absence, we arrive at a record that redefined transformation itself. Number 1, Station to Station by David Bowie. When Station to Station was released in 1976, it didn't sound like a natural continuation of what David Bowie had done before. The music was longer, more experimental, and influenced by sounds that many listeners weren't fully familiar with at the time. It felt distant, controlled, and at times difficult to fully grasp. Part of that came from the circumstances surrounding its creation. Bowie was going through a turbulent period, and that instability translated into something that felt both precise and unsettling. For some listeners, it was hard to connect with immediately, especially compared to his earlier, more accessible work. But over time, the album revealed just how forward-thinking it really was. Its blend of styles and atmosphere opened the door for entire movements that followed. What once felt confusing eventually became a blueprint. And in the end, that's what ties all of these records together. It's strange how time reshapes the way we hear music. Every record on this list was misunderstood, overlooked, or questioned when it first arrived. Yet all of them found a way to last. Sometimes it just takes distance for people to catch up to what an artist was trying to say. And when that happens, the music doesn't just return, it becomes something even stronger. Which one of these surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stick around for more here on Retro Rewind.